Buzz's Retirement Garage. Got to get serious with you guys for a minute. Newsweek, just for a minute. Newsweek put out an article today that basically said that the EPA had issued an enforcement alert on Monday, May 20th, 2024, so very recent, urging the water utility systems to take immediate actions to protect the nation's drinking water from cyber attacks. In March, there was a letter sent, according to the article, to all 50 governors of the United States about getting their act together. Now, according to the EPA, 70% of U.S. water systems inspected do not fully comply with the requirements of the Safe Drinking Water Act. So I thought, well, okay, Safe Water Drinking Act, what did they do? Just put that last year? So, hey, Google, when did the Safe Drinking Water Act come out? Oh, Gerald Ford signed that in 1974. 1974. And 70% of water systems are not up to par or up to that standard. Now, why, I don't know. I'm not going to get into the dirt and the details. There could be reasons why. I don't know all that. If you guys know something about that, let me know. But it's scary to me that now they said that Russia, China, and Iran are the big three who use proxies. Probably 16-year-olds sitting in their mom's basement in Iran hacking water systems, textile plants. I think there was one in Texas where they hacked a textile plant looking for either to do two things. One, to get a reward, hold them hostage basically to get some money, or two, to mess them up somehow. And I think there was a water, I remember sometime in the news some time ago that it was caught. The cyber attack was caught, and they were messing around with the chemicals that a water treatment plant puts in. They raised the levels or something. So, which could poison somebody very quickly. But luckily that was caught. And they cited that most of these places have default passwords or they just have logins that can be compromised. They want to try to damage pumps and valves, alternating the chemical levels to hazardous amounts, which I said before. And the problem is, they said, according to this article, there's 50,000 community water providers. So you get a small town, population 5,000 or something, or maybe even smaller, if they have their own water system. They probably don't have the guy or girl that's running that water system. There's probably maybe 2 or 3 people working there. There isn't a cyber guru who's taking care of all the cyber part of it. But in that case, they need to hire somebody out. And I bring this up for a couple reasons. Do I have an answer to it? No. But I know when I was in, I think it was 9th or 10th grade, some kids went to Washington, D.C. for a field trip. Other kids who stayed back and didn't go got to see the water sewage treatment plant. Isn't that special? But I think I may call my local one, and there's 2 of them in our area, and just see what, I want to learn. I want to learn about it. And I might even do a video down at the water treatment plant. Maybe not on a smelly day, but I think they're using that poof or something because it smells a lot better. It used to be for years, the one near me, you drive by and you could just smell it. Haven't been able to smell it lately, last couple years, so good for them. Whatever they're doing, that's good. But, on top of that, here's another of probably 3 or 4 letters that I've got so far from, they're using IDX. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about that I've had, I think, my wife and I have had at least 3 cyber attacks on businesses that we use where now we have to sign up for IDX so they can monitor our credit and monitor any shenanigans, right? This is the third letter I got. I'm already signed up for IDX through company 1, through company 2, and now company 3, and I think we got something last week, which I knew about before, but all these companies are getting hacked. The cybersecurity is going to be a huge, huge issue if it isn't already. It's going to get worse and worse and worse with the AI advancing, with cyber security companies maybe not being able to keep up with the latest attacks. I don't have an answer. All I'm saying is that, I mean, do we go back to mailing in our bill payments? You know, I'm doing it online now. I don't care if they hack my my bills. If they want to pay them, that's fine with me. But you know, banking. You know, when is E-Trade or Wells Fargo or Fidelity? When are they going to get hacked? And they're going to send you a letter, sign up with IDX. In the meantime, you know, all your money's gone. Ah, well, it was a cyber attack. How far, you know, what? And when we sign documents, electronic documents, and I should review mine. At what point do they just say, because they're not FDIC insured, so at what point can they just say, it was a cyber attack, you just lost your $1 million or whatever you have? Okay? I mean, those days are coming. I can tell you right now, just based on what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, the day is going to come where it's going to affect more than the guy over there. It's going to affect you and I. So again, I can't sit here in my little library and tell you what the answer is. I don't know. You guys tell me what the answer is, because it's almost scary that, you know, every day we're hearing something else. And of course, the news is so fixated on other things right now, they're not really getting into it until it happens. And then all of a sudden it's, hey, but if we're not following the standards of the Clean Water, Safe Drinking Water Act from 1974, what else are we not doing? Check with your community. At the very least, be proactive. Check with your community. This is just a suggestion. And find out what the real deal is. You know, say you heard it from Buzz's Retirement Garage. And they'll say, who the hell is that? But ask them. Ask them, you know, what precautions, what measures are you taking to safeguard my drinking water? You know, I'm not a proponent of having 50 cases of water in your house, but there's got to be something that we have to do, or something that has to happen to make sure that this stuff isn't going to get out of hand. Now, you know, maybe I'm crying wolf a little bit too much here, but it's scary to me, especially when I get these letters from IDX saying, you know, they're going to use IDX to help monitor your credit and help monitor your banking or whatever. Do I really need that after the fact? And when can it happen again? Do I go back to mailing my electric bill and canceling everything out of Fidelity or Wells Fargo or E-Trade and just putting it in an FDIC insured bank? Maybe if the FDIC insured bank gets hacked, at least I'll still be covered. Now, these are things, like I said, you think, well, it's the guy down the road that this happens to. Well, guess what? It's going to come home to us eventually, unless something different happens. So that's my word for today. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but that's it. And by the way, just a quick note of watching this people with the tornadoes in Iowa. And boy, I tell you what, when you see that destruction and the tornadoes that happened before, over the past couple weeks, I mean, my hearts go out to them. It's just amazing to see these homes they're just flat. I mean, they're gone. And 500 feet to the left, they're fine. 500 feet to the right, they're fine. Down that middle corridor, they're just gone. If you're watching the Weather Channel tonight, that just sinks my heart like you wouldn't believe. And I wish them, the people who are affected by this, I wish them well. I mean, there's nothing else you can say. I just hope they can rebuild, and I hope they can get some resemblance of a normal life again. Anyway, sorry about being a Debbie Downer today, but Buzz's Retirement Garage. Talk to you again.